Thank you. So first of all, thank you for having me. I'd like now to present our agenda. So I'm going to start with a brief description of what characterizes today's business. So just a couple of provocative thoughts to get us going. Then we are going to see what makes a PMO critical to business. In the same way that financial department or procurement team are indispensable to companies, to organizations, we are also going to see how your PMO, in this case, either standing for project, program, or portfolio, I'm not precious about it, how we can then be as critical as those other entities. And finally, I'll be sharing some practical tips on how you can too make that happen. Can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for that. Well, you missed the best part already. So I was just introducing you to the project economy. Welcome. So the project economy is the world that we are living on today, a world that is intensively projectified, where anything and everything happens through projects. So regardless of the tools used, the different techniques, the different methodologies that are available out there, nowadays work is organized through projects. So it's important in that way that we have entities supporting structures that will help us to manage that work. And that is where the PMO comes in. So let me then ask you, how much is project management valued in your organization? If the world is indeed becoming projectified, you would expect that project management is recognized, appreciated in organizations. However, based on my experience, that is not always the case. And we can see a spectrum of adoption of project management across the globe. So that can be understood from 5 different levels, starting with a level where project management is resisted. So this would be the just do it approach. We don't need projects. We don't need more structures in place. We can just do it. Then we have a level where project management is tolerated. I do know that project management exists as a discipline. I tolerate that. I will accept that some of you would be using project management as a way to structure your work. But nevertheless, it's not widespread. So people are left to do their own ways of working, so to learn the hard way. Then we have a level where project management is understood. So at this point, companies become aware of their own limitations and where they stand in comparison with competitors and in comparison with others in the same space and even across industries. So at this point, people appreciate that project management can bring benefits and they show curiosity to know more. Still, it's not adopted yet. They are just initiating that adoption journey and therefore realizing that there is so much more to be learned. Afterwards, we have a level of adoption. So at this point, there is indeed a level of investment that went from being understood to project management being adopted. So in here, we can see much more consistency and standardization on the ways of working. And at this point is also natural, one could argue, the point where PMOs would become into existence. And finally, we have the last level on the adoption spectrum, which will be where project management is advocated. So at this point, we have people that are passionate about project management in the organization, and that want to share that message. So there is a high-level performing culture of project management, where project management is a way of living almost. So I would like you to think about that to start with. How much is project management valued in your organization? And then we are also going to discuss how much is PMO valued in your organization. Other provocative thought that I want to leave you with is about the use of big data and how PMOs as a supporting structure can then support that transformation towards big data. I'm always skeptical about fashions, let's say, and new trends. And this one is one that I'm quite curious to know more about and that I've developed some time investigating. But it still amazes me in the way that we are so keen to have better data, to capture more data, to provide wisdom, information, insights from it. And yet, when at the conference people were asked, I think this was actually from Brightline, when they were asked for big decisions, what do they trust? People will still go with their guts, my intuition, rather than data. So it's quite surprising that we do have more data available, but yet we are not fully trusting that data. Another interesting trend that many PMOs have certainly seen is digital transformation. And some would even argue that the recent situation with the COVID pandemic has forced companies to start thinking, or actually forcing them to have digital transformation, to start on that quest. And I really like this quote that you can see on the screen in the way that everyone is talking about digital transformation. But honestly, I think that digital transformation, at least how it is perceived, let's just introduce remote working, introduce some sophisticated software tools and show to our clients that we are digital nowadays and creating apps, all that. That is a very narrowed view of digital transformation, a misunderstood view in my opinion. And also, I'm a strong believer that digital transformation is not enough. I believe that we need organizational transformation. So we need to go deeper rather than just thinking about digital, but the ways how we are organizing ourselves. And again, and this is something that I'm going to show in more detail, this is an area that PMOs can also support in leading that mindset. In fact, every time there's a new kid on the block, being it Agile, Kanban, DevOps, so there's a variety of new methods, also new tools out there. And based on my experience as a consultant, we need to be keeping up with those trends. So it's quite interesting to see that the visibility of those trends and how it goes over time will always go through a pattern of having inflated expectations about this new.
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also getting complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.